So I went to Guam for the first time ever to visit some friends and celebrate my birthday. For those who don't know where Guam is, because I didn't, I was completely clueless about the existence of this place. Guam, it's a US territory located in Micronesia. It's a tropical island, so it's surrounded by the ocean with really good weather and perfect water temperature. I'm sensitive to the cold, so I have to emphasize this. And as a city slash mountain girl, I like climbing. Like, a lot. Basically, I spent a great amount of my time climbing. So the main itinerary of this trip was deep water soloing. For those who don't climb, deep water soloing is a form of free solo climbing, where climbers don't use any safety equipment like ropes or crash pads. They fully rely on the water below for protection when they fall. Guam's geographic conditions are perfect for that. So it wasn't hard for my friends to convince me, and I booked the flight pretty much immediately. Well, that was the plan. But I ended up doing all sorts of water activities. What a surprise! I wonder why. And one of the very first things I did was surfing. It was my first time too. And oh boy, I don't know how to describe it in one word. My dearest friend, Stanley, who's a great surfer, encouraged us to join him and say he would teach us how to surf. Mainly me, since it was my first time. My other three friends had surfed before. Just keep this in mind. Two of them are still beginners, like me. We are newbies, and one of them is recovering from an injury, but he's on another level. The spot our instructor Stanley picked is called Rick's Riff. He assured us the waves were small and perfect for beginners like us. Rick's Riff. That sounds suspicious. So we did what we had to do. We practiced on land. He explained what to look out for, how not to get injured, what to avoid, and yes, riff. It's not a sandy beach. It's a rocky one. So whenever we fall into the water, we need to starfish. So we don't cut ourselves with the rocks or coral underneath. Totally beginner level. We walked down to the rocky beach, got everything ready, and paddled out. My friend Sam went first, then Jazz, then me. Our great instructor and the pro athlete were behind us. We paddle and paddle and paddle. It felt endless. Eventually, we got to the spot where we were supposed to wait for waves. I was basically following Sam's lead. When he stopped, I stopped. The moment I stopped, I turned around to look for our dearest instructor, Stanley. And with my very own eye, I saw him surfing away from us. He had already caught a wave. We were abandoned, clueless, in the middle of the ocean. So I turned back to the endless sea water and turned to my friend Jazz. I had so many questions because I had no idea what the next step was. Then I turned to Sam and say, "Now what?" Not gonna lie, my friend Sam may not be the greatest surfer, but he's a great teacher for sure. He was my savior. After some great instructions, I kind of understood what to do. So I tried really hard to catch a wave, and I kind of did, but it wasn't very successful, so I fell into the water. When I got up, I saw another wave coming, and unintentionally, I caught it again. So I was surfing. At that point, I was going full speed, carried away by the wave. I couldn't stand up because it was so fast. And then I saw Stanley there, smiling at me, like, "Wow, you did a great job." And I was like, "No, I don't want this wave." So Sam and I were basically washed close to the shore. Oh man, paddling out again was pure suffering. I was struggling. The waves just kept coming, nonstop. Every time I felt like I had advanced a bit, another wave would come and push me back. Sam is such a good friend. He kept checking on me to make sure I was alive and not drowning. After what felt like an eternity, we finally made it back to where our friend Jazz was, the original spot where Stanley left us. He is never getting away with this. I tried to catch another wave, and I did, but I never managed to fully stand up. Then I paddled out again, and it was just me there. My two dear friends had already gone back to shore because they were done, and I was cooked too. Then Stanley showed up out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I went back." I was like, "Yeah, this was my last one. I'll try to catch one more, and I'm done. I'll head back soon." Guess what he said? "What are you talking about? We just started. We just warmed up." Trust me, if I weren't a sporty person, I would have been done the moment I got into the water. So yeah, I did my last try and paddled back to where all my friends were. Can't believe I had to paddle back. But yay, we all survived. Lesson learned. Never trust Stanley when it comes to surfing. Oh, and I didn't mention Mike because he was surfing while I was struggling not to drown. He went back to shore early because his surfboard got swept away, but dang, he's on another level. caught the wave and actually stood up with a boot on. He's just built different. I did have fun, and I'll probably try it again. Maybe not with Stanley. And yeah, he did mention that every time he brings his friends surfing, they ended up not liking it. I wonder why. So yeah, that was my first surfing experience. That spot and those waves were definitely not for beginners. Thanks for watching!